What's up? What's up? On Alex. What's good? All right, let's take a look here at the scans. So VVPR, another push here for the highs, which is interesting. Usually, recently we haven't been having lots of multi-day action. So once we start seeing some more consistent multi-day action, definitely the market starts to heat up a little bit. In my observations for the past 4 years or so, a lot of the times in the slower markets you get that pre-market pop with some news, and then it fades, and then it dumps by the end of the day. When stocks start holding its gap, and then the next day goes even higher, definitely a sign that we're moving into a hotter market. So VVPR, another leg higher here. Let's see if there's any fresh news on it. Your Power Board authorized capital management strategy, including up to $5 million buyback program. So buyback is decent news. Buyback is bullish. It's pretty much the company buying shares off the market, so it's taking supply off the market. So it's $5 million worth of stock, which is, what is that? I don't know what price they're exactly buying it at, but yeah, $5 million worth of stock. That's going to take off maybe about 800,000 shares off the supply. And the float is already, I think, remember yesterday it said I think it was like 2 million, 2.3 million or something like that. So that's already considerably lowering the supply by, let's say, like 20 or 30%. So that's also going to add less supply, which in turn demand can have a bigger effect on the less supply that it would have after the buyback. And also, buying back a company buying shares back off the market is also bullish as well, because they're more confident in their company, showing confidence for investors, and that's going to attract more investors and for other investors to add to their position as well. Where do I check for news? So I check for news here on Thinkorswim. So Thinkorswim does have a news widget. They call it a widget. So you just come into the sidebar here, go to the plus down here, click on your news. Another breakout there on VVPR. Should be news somewhere in there. So you hit on live news. And then there's your news. If you want to link it up to your chart here, you just use these color coordination things. I just have mine as red. And then I can switch mine here to red. And then anytime I switch a stock, this will also change on this chart. Whenever I change a stock on this chart, this will also change. And then if you want to detach it, if you have a second monitor, you just go to this settings here and just go to detach. But I'm going to delete this. And yeah, that's where I find my news. I know we have a couple other stocks here. KTRA is our leading gapper, up 130%. KTRA. This one, penny stock. For those of you like the penny stocks, this could be decent. We are holding a very decent range here, close to the highs and above VWAP. So we could see an attempt here for the highs. 26.67. But I don't know if I'm going to trade it unless it's the only one moving. Probably not going to trade it because it's too cheap for me. It's just too cheap for me. The daily chart seems like anytime it pops up, it comes down pretty fast. So who knows if this will be the one time it does hold up and continue higher, or if it's going to be a repeat of its history of what it's proven to do majority of times. So the risk is always there. Look at the risk here. But who knows? It's always that there's one time where it doesn't do this and shorts are completely caught off guard, and it does start to make a pretty good move. But who knows? It's a pretty big bet. LGVC. LGVC, this one's low volume. Really nice move though, from 10 up to 31 on light volume. Unless volume starts to get in on this, I'm sure the spreads are going to be crazy wide. Let's take a look at the spread. 18 cents. Um, 18 cents spread, 10 cent spread, no more than that, 16 cent spread. I don't know. LGBC. Let's try that one. ABIO. ABIO is another one. This one, let's see here. Merger acquisition. So just a gap up. And it looks like we're fading now. Volume doesn't look that great. I don't know if it's merger news doesn't really have that sort of crazy reaction in stock price most of the time. So I'm probably going to write this one off. I think the only thing that looks good right now is VVPR. VVPR. Do I want to trade a day two? This is the only thing we got. I might have to trade a day two. I didn't really like the price action on it. It was tough price action, but maybe I can adjust for today. Maybe I can adjust. One thing maybe would be, I don't know, it was really challenging. It seems like the dips it was tough to time the dips. It was tough to time the breakouts. It was hard to really recognize where my edge lied. I wonder if maybe I do even smaller size, but look to hold for like maybe a minute or 2 minutes versus only a couple seconds. Because it did give a good move, just capturing it was difficult. So maybe if I open up my hold time a little bit, maybe giving that extra time, it'll be able to turn the shares and then go. Because a lot of times when I was churning and churning and churning, I was just stopping out. I use IB via TV, so missing this option. Made futures this far to learn small caps as well for when market conditions favored it. Yeah, small caps is definitely a good tool in your tool belt. But it is cyclical. Small caps is cyclical. It's hot seasons and cold seasons. Doesn't mean you can't make money in cold season, but the potential for reward is a lot lower. And that's not easy too. I mean, trading a small cap stock versus futures is completely different. Completely different. If you can change your mental configuration from switching to futures to small caps, that's a crazy skill to have. Most people, including myself, can't just go from, all right, I'm going to mentally trade a small cap and then move over to some, what is it, ES mini futures or something? Yeah, ES. And start trading this. It's like completely different action. You can't have the mentality of trading a small cap and start trading this the same way. It just doesn't work like that. You're going to lose money if you trade like that. It's a completely different strategy. It's a completely different mental configuration to be able to capture edge on this. Something like this. And definitely a crazy skill to have to be able to do that. And then vice versa as well, trading this and then coming over to a small cap and seeing it go from $5 to $8 in just less than an hour. It's like, holy crap. Like, that's some major risk. That's some major reward potential. I keep getting friend requests over and over again from the Discord from someone pretending to be you. Yes. There's nothing much I can do about it, unfortunately. The only thing I can do is warn everyone, yes, that there are Discord scammers out there using my name, using my face to scam my subscribers and my Discord users, but there's nothing I can do. All I can do is report them, and even when I do report them, there's not even an option for scamming. It's just like, I don't know. Let me pull it up. Yeah, there's not even an option for scamming. It's like spam. That's it. Spam or like inappropriate content. So the only thing you can do is just warn everyone. You can check, you can verify it is not me by comparing the username. So if you compare the username, my username is just Triad Trading. There's nothing else. No periods, no exclamation points, no underscores, no anything like that. Triad Trading, no spaces. And then a lot of the scammers will have like a period at the end, just so you don't see it. A period at the end or a period at the beginning, or something very small so you don't notice. Then also you can check the Discord member since. My Discord member since is April 7th, 2019. A lot of these Discord member since is going to be like a month old or less than that. So that's another way you can check. I speak to myself out loud prior to start training, telling myself 3 times which product and therefore behavior I need to adjust my instincts. Yes. I wouldn't recommend any beginner traders to do that though. If you're a beginner trader, I would focus on one, either your future strategy, developing a future strategy, or developing a small cap strategy. Doing both is going to fracture your focus, fracture your development, fracture your learning curve into 2, which is going to take a lot longer to develop a profitable strategy than it would if you just focus on one. And our minds, the way we learn by our minds is like associations and pain and pleasure, and if we focus on one, our mind only has one to kind of to learn from, versus 2 different types of strategies where it's like, okay, our mind learned in small caps that, okay, you don't want to buy a flush, or you don't want to be buying a topping tail, but and then we learn not to do that, and then you jump over to futures, and maybe it's a little different, and that wiring that you developed on small caps, now you're changing that because now you have different information from trading futures, and your mind doesn't really understand the outside. It only understands its perception. It's not really like, okay, well, this is a small cap, so maybe that this pain doesn't really matter in this scenario that I've learned like for the past 3 months of getting so much pain from buying a topping tail on a small cap after a 200% move. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I would just focus on one. Like same like pilot drive home with car, even though they very different behavior vehicles. Yeah, definitely. Trade futures for 4 years now. Yeah, nice. Before trading, I play unstoppable trading. Trading like a robot, not a human. Yeah. Trading like a robot, I get why that is, the advice that people give. But I'm not sure if I completely agree, because you can't really keep your emotions out of it. And even though how much you want to try, it's like, it's just not possible because we're not robots. But what you can do is recognize the emotional patterns of yourself, and then also recognize that and how to capture that in the market as well, because the emotions that you're feeling is likely emotions that a lot of other people are feeling trading that same stock. So, if a stock goes bananas and you're feeling FOMO, that means I'm sure hundreds and thousands of other people who are watching that same stock are also feeling FOMO. Maybe they're going to buy the next dip. So now you can anticipate demand on the next dip because people who are just missed the move are looking to get in because they don't want to miss the continuation. Yeah, VVPR, man, is looking good. Looking good. I think it's a little extended right now. I think we're going to get some sort of selling here at the open. But, 10 is looking pretty decent. 10 is looking pretty decent. I think there's a possibility. So we went from 150, now we're all the way up to 9. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, so now we're getting into some territory here. Very nice window with no previous price action history. Yeah, we got room. We for sure got room. So no previous price action history, so very little resistance. Very little resistance from previous days because there's no shares traded in this area. The next area would be 27. I don't know if it's getting up to 27. Who knows? Honestly, it could, but I don't know if I'm going to be betting on that. I maybe would rather bet on 10. Break a 10. If this trades anything like it traded yesterday, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging. FOMO traders are money for us. Yes. FOMO traders are money for us. I don't think I'm going to buy this here unless if we see an opening rip. I don't know. I want to see some selling here before we go parabolic. I feel like if I go for the parabolic squeeze, it's going to be a high chance that I'm going to be getting stuck in a flush, which is what I don't want. Sometimes at the open, even if it's a 1 second trade and you cut it real quick, it moves so fast that you could lose 50 cents a share, just like in a blink of an eye. It's just about getting that low risk entry. I'm not sure if there's an opening surge, if that's going to be the low risk entry. I'm thinking we're going to see some profit taking, some selling, and then maybe a curl and test of 10. Hopefully you guys captured some of this for those of you who trade pre-market. 1 minute trader over here, I think he trades pre-market. Hopefully he's decent green. Did have a pretty nice move. I'm gearing up here for the open, and hopefully we can get some green. And if this thing does fail at the open, I'm going to be looking for a thing fails, like starts to flush like 7, 6, 650. Then I want to be looking for the next stock because the market seems to be starting to heat up a little bit. I think we'll get something. If it is VVPR or if it's something else, sometimes we don't even know until the open. So stay calm, cool, and collected, and manage your risk. I mean, this thing's on a day 2. You know, it's definitely could be riskier than day one, but we'll see. We'll see. We're a little bit extended right now. Most important thing is just manage your risk, you know, and if the setup is there, go for it. If the setup is there, go for it with a tight stop. If you trade anything like me, go for it, tight stop, get that experience, get those reps in, and learn what to do, what not to do, how to cut your losses quick, what to look for in the tape, what to look for in the level 2. You know, just got to keep getting that experience on those quality setups, and then you'll be more confident and trade bigger size. But yeah, hopefully you guys get some green today. I'll see you guys on the recap later today. Hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out. And subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you part of the community and the Discord and the Triad Trading Tribe. We will get green. Yes, 1 Minute Trader, we will get green today. We will all get some green. All get that green. So stay disciplined, calm, cool, and collected, and I'll catch you guys later today. All right, peace.